Yep, I'm going to do a little bit more, find an SD card and we'll set it up when I get back to you in a few minutes. But so far so good, powered on, powered off okay. I'll try it with a plug-in and a battery supply. The only problem I've found so far is when it actually fits in from the side. You've got this piece of plastic where you open it up to put in the USB, well, not the USB but the actual car charger. That could be a bit of a problem. And I'll actually fit my friend in. This is my friend, Mr. Rat. He likes everything. You can soon find out if it charges, if it turns on and turns off. We'll plug it into this. I've got it at the moment. It's just you know, it's only a cheapo, but I put a brand new battery in, a good heavy duty battery, took the cheap one out, put a new one in, so that works well. I'm going to try that in the outlet socket, see whether it powers up on its own. Just try and position this camera, which won't stay on the table. I'm going to power it in now and see whether we get power. By gosh, a bit of an awkward switch to push in. Cigarette lighter roller. Power's come on the back, and yes, it looks as though we have power. I won't hold it by the tripod yet. I think you can see that quite clearly. It has come on its own. We'll disconnect power from the battery pack, which this charge is a bit of an asshole to pull out because it's not a very good fitting one. Got a bit of better charger fitting. Yes, it turns off, so it does turn on and it does turn off automatically. The rest of it we'll sort out in the next few minutes. Let me put that there with Mr. Rat, my famous friend. It was a good pet, this one. Good pet he was. He was the mascot in my car. Was the mascot. Which people used to think it was a real one. Anyway, I'll get back to the review in a few seconds. The seller of this camera that I've unboxed is an English seller, UK seller. It's a generic box, as you can see. It's a generic box. The only problem is all the menus are in Chinese. There's no English, no Russian, no Japanese, which I will attempt to show you now. I'm having trouble holding the camera because I haven't got a tripod. Go to menu. As you can see, there's no settings for English. It's all Chinese and Mandarin. See, if you go into the mode for the camera itself, it says 1080p, 720p VGA. Well, that's fine, but there is no English settings to go for English, so you can set it up. That's all you've got, is what you've got there. If you press the mode button, it'll go to A, I think, which is, no, I can't remember what A is now anymore. At the time of date you can't set the loop system. There's your speaker. Well, we know that's a speaker. We know that's playback. We know that's video. But there is no way to set it to English. They're all in Chinese. Chinese and Mandarin. There's no English, no Russian, no Japanese. It's just pure Chinese. So how is this any good for an English person? Sold by an English company when there is nothing but Chinese and Mandarin on there. switches off okay. It's a beautiful camera, but yeah, I'll be within it, Mike. Everything on here is perfect, a perfect little machine. There's no reset button. There's no HDMI like it says on the packaging or on the instructions. But to find it strictly in Chinese and Mandarin, that's a fat lot of use to anybody unless you speak Chinese or Mandarin, which I don't. So this English seller from eBay, I've sent him an email, he's not bothered to reply, which it only came this morning. The battery was dead on it. I put it on charge for an hour, it wouldn't charge. Won't hold the charge, the battery won't hold the charge, which was no problem. But when I come to set it up, it's lovely in the car, but when I come to actually set it up, because I tried the length of the cigarette lighter, to find out there is no English settings, it's all in Chinese and Mandarin. That's of very little use to me because I don't speak Chinese or Mandarin. And plus, I don't think it's going to be of any use out on the road, because I've tried to run it while it's just in Chinese to see how long it runs before it loops. Apparently it goes for about 5 minutes, then clicks, then starts again, then clicks again after another 5 minutes, then it went down to 3 minutes. Tried to do playback. The first one worked okay. This is inside the house. I've done this one off the jump starter, because on the side you've got a 12 volt and 24 volt socket, and it plays back, which is of little use because the dates are all wrong, the time's all wrong. There's no way of finding out if it's doing a loop cycle to the end of the card, because it's only running off the jump starter. I have put it in the car and used it and charged it, but because there's no battery life, the battery's not holding any charge, there's no way to find out how long it's going to actually keep looping, if it will loop, or how long it will take to loop through the whole card that I put in. And I'm not too pleased to find out it's all in Chinese and Mandarin. I mean, I have found a little part of the instructions on here where it's supposed to say English. Oh, let me just see if I can find it. For the part of the States, it's in English. I don't think you can actually see that yet. That's a fact, because even I can't read this small writing. It tells you how to set it up in English. It would be helpful if there was some English inside there, because the setup, as soon as you go into the setups, no matter how you try it, from video or picture mode, it goes strictly Chinese and Mandarin. And I don't speak any of those, I want English. So there's another rip-off from eBay. They've sold something from a UK seller knowingly that it doesn't, you can't set it up in English. So that just shows this was Chinese made for China only. Wasn't made for to be used in the UK or Russia or Japan, as it states on the leaflet and on the box, and also on the site. Thank you for watching the short review. I might put a bit more of the review on there, but it's a little bit disgusting to think that a UK seller on eBay is selling items that are unsuitable to be used in the British market yet again. Okay, not an expensive one, less than £20, but it should still be able to put it into English, or at least Russian. I've got plenty of Russian friends around here. But not when you can't even set it up from Chinese.